Ambulance crews are preparing for this next round of bad weather with lessons learned from last week when the number of calls doubled during the freezing rain and ice. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley shows us how they plan to keep up.
Use extreme caution on elevated highways, bridges, and when turning.
AMR crews are being advised about weather conditions tomorrow that are expected to cause problems with freezing rain and snow. And the ambulance company is gearing up for what could be a lot of calls.
The ice, I think people sometimes maybe challenge it because you don't really see it.
Scott Karaszewski is a veteran EMT who has seen many storms. He said it was crazy last Wednesday when freezing rain made driving and walking treacherous. Around 40 ambulances and crews were deployed that day, but so many calls were coming in for help that AMR was even sending out managers and supervisors.
From week to week, we almost doubled our call volume from the week before, and even that was like during a storm as well, as you're aware.
The company is now keeping a close eye on the weather and planning how to staff for this next weather event.
Since we did have higher call volume, we'll probably try to run a similar, deployment that we had to as last week's weather.
Bad weather conditions can delay response times because ambulances have to take precautions as well.
This is an adverse weather condition advisory. There's a mandatory reduction in speed for all vehicle operators.
Unshoveled and unsalted driveways, sidewalks, and steps are another obstacle.
When we're going to carry your loved one out of the house, we don't need to be slipping.
With bad weather, ambulance crews ask everyone to do their part.
Obviously, try to clean your walkway similar to, cleaning your fire, hydrants out.
During high demand days, like last Wednesday, it can be helpful if patients with minor injuries consider going to the hospital on their own.
So we're happy to take them if they need us, but if they feel that they can, self-transport, that's also, recommended as well.
Drivers need to remember that even in bad weather, you need to pull over for an ambulance in a hurry. The crews here at AMR tell me they constantly review response rates month to month and storm to storm to see if improvements are needed to better serve the public. In Buffalo, Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.
It has been 10 years since the crash of Continental Airlines Flight 3407 in Clarence Center. And today, families of the victims began a somber series of services to honor the lives lost. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller takes us to Forest Lawn Cemetery.
Nicole Korzakowski.
To make sure no name is forgotten.
Jonathan R. Perry.
One by one, those lost 10 years ago in the crash of Flight 3407 are read aloud at Buffalo's Forest Lawn Cemetery. A red carnation placed at a memorial site to remember the lives lost.
It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. It really seems like it's gone by so quickly.
For Mary Lynn Kausner, who lost her daughter Elise in the crash, the hardest part of this past decade is the time that's been missed.
My daughter and I were just saying we can't remember what Ellie's voice sounds like, and she was listening to some audio video that we had, and she had that exact same, revelation that I don't remember her voice.
For some, it's the support of the other families that helps them cope and live life to the fullest.
And for us, the families being together is very comforting for us. Some of us are local, and we have a very core group. And that's how we've gotten it where we are today.
It's been a 10-year fight for the families, countless times traveling to Washington, advocating for safer skies alongside Western New York lawmakers. In return, Congress finally mandated new safety regulations for pilots in the airlines, and the fight never ends.
Just gives us such strength to make sure they don't undo the amazing work